Hey man, just listen for 5 seconds. Have you ever noticed that some women are like unshakable fortresses while others disappear at the first strong gust of wind? There's a dark code of female loyalty that virtually no one discusses. And today, you're going to understand the profound mechanics that 99% of men completely ignore. You know what's worse? You're probably doing everything wrong. Trying to buy loyalty with gifts, or even worse, pulling those ridiculous jealousy tests. Meanwhile, she's already got one foot out the door, and you haven't even noticed the signs. Pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. Female loyalty isn't a calm river you can smoothly navigate. It's a deep ocean with invisible currents. You need a submarine to understand these depths. There's no point in staying on the surface with your little boat. Can you feel it when you're losing a woman? That sinking feeling in your gut. That sense that something has changed, but you don't know exactly what. The messages that take longer to be answered. The kiss that has lost its intensity. The eyes that no longer light up when they see you. This happens because you've never understood the real triggers. Look, I've spent over a decade studying this pattern. I've seen men destroyed because they didn't understand this dynamic. And I discovered something almost no one realizes about the dark nature of female loyalty. I'm going to give you 5 foolproof signs right now. First sign, situational loyalty versus unshakable loyalty. Most women practice situational loyalty. They're with you as long as circumstances are favorable. Lost your job? She starts questioning things. Going through a tough patch? She's already evaluating other options. That's not true love. It's convenience disguised as a relationship. Unshakable loyalty is different. It comes from the depths. It doesn't depend on your current status. But here's the dark secret nobody tells you. This deep loyalty doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It needs to be activated by specific triggers in the female brain. Remember that time you thought you were doing everything right, but she still disappeared? It's because you were activating the wrong triggers. Does that make sense to you? Second sign. The evolutionary triggers that solidify loyalty. The female brain has been shaped by millions of years of evolution. There's an internal radar that constantly assesses whether you're a reliable protector or just another guy. I'm not just talking about physical protection. It's much deeper than that. Emotional protection, social protection, protection of her future. When you demonstrate the ability to defend her emotional territory, something shifts at a biological level. Oxytocin levels spike. The connection deepens. She starts to see you as irreplaceable. But pay attention. This doesn't mean being controlling or possessive. It's the exact opposite. It's about creating a safe space where she can be vulnerable, without fear of judgment. Can you feel the difference? Third sign. Why loyalty tests destroy everything. Dude, if you're playing games to test if she's faithful, you've already lost. Those tricks, like leaving your phone unlocked on purpose, creating fake scenarios to see how she reacts, asking friends to hit on her, that's pure amateurism. Studies show that loyalty tests activate the brain's defense system. She senses the manipulation, even if she can't rationally explain it. And you know what happens? Trust dies. And without trust, there's no true loyalty. What truly works is the opposite. Demonstrating unshakable trust in her first. This creates a powerful psychological loop. When you genuinely trust her, she feels an internal pressure to reciprocate that trust. It's a dance of bodies and minds. Have you ever felt that happening? Fourth sign. How to become the man who magnetizes loyalty. There's a framework I call the loyalty code. These are 4 pillars that, when activated simultaneously, create an irresistible magnetic force. I'm going to reveal this ultra-rare code now, C for confidence. Not cheap confidence based on words, but confidence demonstrated through consistent actions. When you do what you promise, when your words and actions align. This creates a solid foundation in her subconscious. O for opportunity. You need to be the environment where she flourishes, not the gardener who prunes her branches, but the sun that makes her grow. When she feels that by your side, she becomes the best version of herself, loyalty naturally emerges. D for defense. We've talked about this, but it's worth repeating. Defend her emotional space. Be the shield against the world when necessary, but also be the mirror that reflects her strength when she forgets how powerful she is. E for evolution. The mutual commitment to growth. Couples who stop evolving together start to die inside. Loyalty needs movement, shared challenges, victories celebrated together. Is this making sense now? Fifth sign, the red flags of fragile loyalty. Now pay very close attention, because this could save your relationship. There are clear signs that her loyalty is on unstable ground, and most men completely ignore these warnings. First red flag. She keeps her options open. That ex who still texts her. That friend who clearly wants something more. If she cultivates external male attention, it's because internally she's already creating escape routes. Second red flag. Selective vulnerability. She shares deep things with others, but not with you. When her friends know more about her feelings than you do, loyalty is already compromised. Third red flag. Constant comparison. She always mentions how other men do this or that. This is her brain telling you that you're being evaluated against other options. Does that hurt to hear? But you need to know. Because knowledge is power, and power is what you need to turn the game around. Look, I know some will say this. Sounds like manipulation, that I'm teaching you to play games with women, but it's the exact opposite. Understanding these principles is about building authenticity. It's about becoming genuinely valuable. It's not about cheap tricks. It's about awakening something primal and profound, something that transcends logic and touches the feminine unconscious. When you master these triggers, you don't need to ask for loyalty. It emerges as a natural consequence of who you've become. Remember that ocean metaphor? You need to dive deep. The surface is deceiving. The shallow waters are where everyone swims. But the depths hold the treasures. And unshakable loyalty is one of those rare treasures. Few men have the courage to dive into those depths. Most prefer to stay on the beach, complaining that the sea is treacherous. Meanwhile, those who understand the nature of the ocean navigate with mastery. They know the currents. They respect the tides, and that's why they earn loyalty that lasts for decades. Which of these men do you want to be? I'll tell you a quick story. I knew a guy who lost 3 relationships in a row, always for the same reason. The women said they didn't feel a deep connection, that something was missing. He did everything society told him to. He was kind, attentive, bought gifts, but nothing worked. Then he learned about the dark triggers of loyalty. He understood that kindness without strength is disguised weakness, that attention without purpose is suffocating, that gifts without presence are empty attempts to buy love. He completely changed his approach. He started creating that space of unshakable trust. He stopped testing and started trusting. He defended his partner's emotional space without suffocating her. He created opportunities for mutual growth. You know what happened? The same woman who had one foot out the door transformed. She started investing in the relationship like never before. Intimacy exploded, passion was rekindled, and loyalty became unshakable. This isn't a coincidence. It's applied science. It's understanding how the female brain processes connection and commitment. It's activating the right triggers at the right time. It's becoming the man who naturally inspires devotion. But here's an important warning. This knowledge is pure power, and power without responsibility is destruction. Use this to build genuine relationships, not to manipulate or hurt, because the universe has an interesting way of returning the energy you put out into the world. Now, you have a choice. You can continue doing what you've always done. Continue being confused about why some women are loyal and others aren't. Continue in that cycle of insecurity and fear of abandonment. Or you can apply these principles. You can start today to activate these triggers. You can become the man who magnetizes unshakable loyalty. You can build relationships that withstand any storm. The decision is yours. But remember, this knowledge is rare. Few apply it because few have the courage to face these dark truths. Most prefer to live in the illusion that loyalty is a matter of luck. It's not luck, it's strategy. It's understanding the depths of the feminine ocean. It's navigating wisely through the invisible currents. It's becoming the captain she trusts to guide the ship even through the most violent storms. Are you ready for this? Then start now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because every day you delay is another day living in uncertainty. Another day without understanding the codes that govern female loyalty. Like this video now before you forget. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, because I'm going to keep revealing secrets that most men will never discover on their own. And remember that image of the submarine in the depths? It's time to descend. The dark waters are scary at first, but that's where the treasure is. Unshakable loyalty is waiting in the depths. You just need to have the courage to dive. Pay attention to how you feel right now. That discomfort you're feeling? That mix of revelation and resistance? It's your brain processing truths that contradict everything you've been taught about relationships. It's normal to resist at first, but those who overcome initial resistance are the ones who achieve extraordinary relationships. They're the ones who understand the game at a level most don't even imagine exists. You can be one of those men. The question is, will you be? The ocean is calling. The depths await. And unshakable loyalty is there, waiting to be earned by those brave enough to understand its darkest mysteries. Dive deep. The treasure is real.